In this video, you'll see how this cop reacted when he realizes he mistakenly killed an innocent suspect.
Get your hands up, I'm gonna shoot you. I will shoot you. Hands up! Hey. I thought he was gonna pull a gun.
And later, you'll see how an acorn scared a cop into shooting a handcuffed suspect.
Hot fire! Just fire! Just fire! I'm hit!
Let's see together, guys, what happened. Please leave a like and subscribe.
Well, let's start with one of the most disturbing cases where these officers' incompetency led to this woman's eventual death. On February 5th, 2023, in Knoxville, Tennessee, police received reports from Fort Sanders Regional Medical Center that discharged patient Lisa Edwards, a homeless woman who's had a stroke and shattered her ankle, refuses to leave the property. But when officers arrive and find her in pain with nowhere to go, their reaction isn't one of heartfelt compassion, and it ends up costing her dearly.
Ma'am, what's your name?
My name is Lisa Edwards.
Okay, Miss Edwards. They said you have already talked to the doctor. You listen to me. I'm talking. You've already talked to the doctor. You've already been discharged from the hospital. They want you gone. I'm talking. I understand you say you got some problems going on. You're going to have to find a way to get out of here. Okay? I don't want this to turn into a situation where you have to go to jail. If you're looking for somewhere to go because you're cold, I'm sorry, but I'm not taking you to jail just because you're cold.
No, I don't want that. I shattered my ankle and I had a stroke.
Well, if the medical professionals have saw you and discharged you,
They won't.
I got nothing to do with that then, but you got to get going.
The officers tell Lisa that she must leave the property despite being unable to walk and recently suffering a stroke. While it isn't the hospital's responsibility to shelter her, if she has legitimate medical complaints, they have a duty to care. Considering she can't walk and will have to forfeit the hospital's wheelchair, it's highly likely she'll soon end up in exactly the same place. Instead, officers decide to take her into custody on charges of criminal trespassing.
Okay.
She's not strapped in there, is she? No.
Oh, yeah, I am. My bag. Oh, no. Please don't let me fall again.
We're not gonna let you fall, okay?
Okay, you found it. Oh, no. Oh, no.
I need you to step up,
I
okay?
can't.
Yeah, you have to.
Pull me back.
Ma'am, you're gonna have to get in so we don't have to push you in.
Okay.
Come on.
There you go. You got it. If you get in there, you can sit down.
Stepping on her shirt here, Jack.
Oh, my God. I gotta go down.
Listen, you're gonna have to get up there because we're gonna have to physically put you up there if not. And that's not as nice. So please help us help you. You've been medically cleared, so let's get in.
As Lisa lays on the cold floor of the police van struggling to breath, officers berate her for her perceived belligerence. They neglect the fact that she's severely injured, suffers from a variety of illnesses, and is emotionally distraught. Just because she's been medically cleared for dubious reasons doesn't mean she's capable of doing everything the officers aggressively demand.
Listen to me. I'm not doing this with you, okay? This is the Lord. Listen to me. This is the Lord's day. All I want to do is give me some coffee and some oatmeal. I'm not going to deal with your mess this morning. We've already spent too much time on you. You're going to get up here in this van and you're going to go to jail. We're done with this. I'm tired of this dead weight crap. Listen to me. You're going to pick your legs up and you're going to get in here.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna pass out.
You're not going to pass out. You know what? Well, go and get in there and pass out. We'll be done with it. Because this is all an act. That's all it is. Okay, so listen. This is going to be your option. You're going to get up and you're going to sit here. I'm going to stuff you in the floor. So which one do you want it to be?
As a supervisor arrives to assist in transporting Lisa, instead of gaining control of the situation, his verbal abuse only exacerbates her misery.
I'm gonna fall.
Then lean back.
Listen, you're going to get jammed in a tiny compartment if you don't get up there, man. Listen to me. Listen. Get up there and quit with this bullcrap. And we're going to jam you in a spot smaller. We're trying to help you here. Get in there. It's bigger and you're by yourself. You have more room.
As Lisa writhes in pain, she begs to be taken back into the hospital. In a lawsuit later filed by her family, it's alleged that when an emergency room security officer told hospital registration that her condition was deteriorating, he was told the hospital refused to send anyone outside to evaluate or treat her. Instead, officers denigrate Lisa with snide comments about her personal hygiene before shoving her into the back of a cruiser.
Holy Jesus. Just stay on the other side of the river. Uniform's all nasty from her.
Oh no, my leg.
Stand up. Walk. We know you can walk.
Okay. No,
Shut up.
Set me up. Now set me up.
Set yourself up. Yeah, hold his foot up where it's gonna get slammed.
Set me up.
His foot's about to get slammed on the door.
Oh shit, in my wagon. Did I want some Lysol spray on them? I got some.
Hey, them county boys, you better get it together.
You better get some act right.
Despite the officer claiming the breathless Lisa needs some act right, what she'll really need in the back of the airless cruiser is oxygen.
Cause he laughed.
What's that mean?
You wanted to help me. Stop it.
I'm trying to say hello.
Grow up. How you doing back there?
Very good.
Yeah, well, you're stuck 2 calls on that vehicle.
Hey, are you up? Yeah, they should be. I don't know, she's not responding back here now.
When the officer pulls over a vehicle unrelated to the incident, he finally notices that Lisa has long since lost consciousness.
66, can you be in route to 41?
Yeah, for you. I don't know if she's faking it or what, but she's not answering me. Wake up! Hey!
Even after pulling her unconscious head up by her hair, he again questions if she's faking it. Lisa Edwards would never wake up. She was transported back to Fort Sanders Regional Medical Center, where she suffered multiple heart attacks and a second stroke before passing away the next day. In disciplinary actions, responding Sergeant Brandon Wardlaw was demoted to officer. Transporting Officer Timothy DeStasio was suspended without pay for 10 days, and Officer Adam Barnett was suspended without pay for 4 days. The lawsuit is ongoing. While this case was clearly tragic, our next is simply strange.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! I'm hit! I don't know. It felt like it.
In Bocalusa County, Florida, Sheriff's Deputy Jess Hernandez and Sergeant Beth Roberts respond to the scene of a man threatening his girlfriend with a silenced pistol and immediately detain him in the back of a cruiser. But when Deputy Hernandez hears what he believes is a suppressed gunshot, he takes drastic measures to defend himself.
Shots fired!
What? What?
Shots fired!
Where? Right there?
You know.
Jesse! Jesse, are you okay?
I'm hit!
Get in the house! Get in the house! Jesse!
After Deputy Hernandez hears a perceived gunshot, he ducks for cover before unloading his magazine into the back of the cruiser containing the suspect. Although believing he's been hit, he perceives as the sound of the suppressed weapon is found to have been an acorn falling on the roof of the vehicle.
Suspect is gonna be in the vehicle. No! Where are you hit? Where are you hit?
I don't know.
Get back!
I might have hit my vest.
Okay, okay, okay. No! Get back! Get back! I'm not gonna tell you go! Get back!
I don't know. It felt like it.
Jesse, move over to me. I got you. Move over to me.
Jesse, come back.
Mark vehicle right there.
Dude, am I hit? Do you see anything on my vest?
Where are you feeling anything? Did you feel anything?
My legs went numb when it hit me.
Alright.
I don't know. My legs went numb for a second. I heard a pop come from.
Go this way. Can you move?
Yeah.
As backup arrives and trains long guns on the unarmed suspect, Deputy Hernandez asks for help in deciphering whether he's actually been shot. The department later established that it was in fact an acorn that fell on the roof of the cruiser, and Deputy Hernandez resigned a few weeks later. While this officer made a mistake that thankfully wasn't fatal, one involved in our next case simply doesn't care that one was. On January 23rd, 2023, Seattle police officer Kevin Dave responds to calls of a suspected overdose only to find himself in the middle of another tragedy.
3 Mary 2, Started supervisor, start fire for a struck pedestrian.
While driving 74 in a 25 miles per hour zone, Officer Dave strikes and kills 23-year-old student Janavi Kandula. But as shocking as this is, it's the callous behavior of Officer Daniel Otterer that caused a national uproar.
It does not seem like there's a criminal investigation going on. Otherwise, there would be other... What's that? Yeah. Otherwise, there might be other people arriving, correct? Yeah, I mean, he's going 50. That's not out of control. That's not reckless for a trained driver.
While Officer Otterer claims that Dave had his lights and sirens on, it's later found that his sirens were in fact not operating. This won't be the last fact of the case he claims to be certain of, despite not being anywhere near the scene as it unfolded.
Yeah, well, there's some... initially, he said she was in a crosswalk. There's a witness that says no, she wasn't, but that witness could be different because I don't think she was thrown 40 feet either. I think she went up on the hood, hit the windshield, then when he hit the brakes, flew off the car. But she is dead. No, it's a regular person.
Officer Otterer, who also serves as vice president of the Seattle Police Officers Guild, callously speaks of the now deceased Giannavi. His solution for the department is simple. There's no problem money can't fix.
Yeah, just write a check. Just... Yeah, what? $11,000. She was 26 anyway. She had limited value.
Giannavi was in fact 23, not 26, and far from having limited value. She was an ambitious young woman who had a life of potential cut tragically short. Born in Bengaluru, India, she traveled to Seattle to pursue a Master of Science in Information Systems at Northeastern University. She was scheduled to graduate in December of 2023. After the body cam footage sparked outrage, Officer Otterer was pulled from patrol and reassigned to a non-operational position. No charges were filed as a result of Giannavi's death. While this cop is one of the most callous we've ever seen, the officer in our next case feels every ounce of his choice.
Why are you moving your hands around so much? Get your f***ing hands up, I'm gonna shoot you! I will shoot you again! Hands up!
On April 14, 2014, Billings, Montana officer Grant Morrison encounters 38-year-old Richard Ramirez sitting in a car with other known offenders. But when Ramirez begins digging in his pockets and Officer Morrison believes he's in danger, one of their lives soon comes to a swift end.
Hands up! All four of you, hands up! What were you doing? Why are you moving your hands around so much? Making me nervous, man. Who are you? Richard? All of you put your f***ing hands up right now on top of the seats. Dispatch 374, I got Richard Ramirez here. Can everybody step it up? Hands up!
Officer Morrison immediately recognizes repeat offender Ramirez, who he was found to have multiple past interactions with. But when Ramirez refuses to take his hands out of his pockets and Morrison fears for his life, he suffers dire consequences.
Hands on the f***ing... Get your f***ing hands up, I'm gonna shoot you! I will shoot you! Hands up! Hands up! Hands up! I will shoot you again! Hands up! Hands up! You f***ing move, I'm gonna shoot you! Get on the f***ing ground! Get on the ground! Dispatch 374, shots f***ing fired! You didn't do nothing! Get down!
After Ramirez refuses to remove his hands, Officer Morrison fires 3 fatal rounds. As backup arrives to secure the scene, he keeps his guns fixed on the dying Ramirez.
I don't know if he's got a gun or not. He kept reaching down for his left side, though. Check him for weapons and then whatever medical attention he needs.
A distraught Officer Morrison is led away from the scene and comforted by fellow officers. As they help him to his feet, we see the weight of the decision already hanging heavy on his face.
Oh, kind of. I thought he was going to pull a gun on me. Maybe he was. Maybe he was. Jesus Christ. You survived.
Call your wife.
I'll call her in a little bit. I'm ready to go. All right, let's go ahead. Yeah, let's get you out of here.
It was later determined that Ramirez was reaching to stash crystal meth in a syringe and had enough of the drug in his system at the time of death to be fatal to a non-user. Officer Morrison was placed on paid administrative leave and after being cleared of any wrongdoing, was reassigned to a prescription drug crimes task force. After filing the lawsuit, the family of Ramirez went on to receive a $550,000 settlement from the city of Billings. As terrible as this was, it doesn't even compare to the tragic mistakes of an officer in Atlanta, Georgia.
Put your hands up! Show me hands!
In the early morning hours of October 12, 2019 in Atlanta, Georgia, an apartment resident calls a non-emergency number to report that her neighbor Atatiana Jefferson's front door is open. But when Officer Aaron Dean arrives, a series of fatal mistakes leads to an unimaginable tragedy. After Dean inspects the doors, he makes his way to the side of the apartment to let himself inside the back gate. At this point, he has yet to identify himself, a professional oversight he continues to commit.
Put your hands up! Show me hands!
On the other side of the window, a frightened Atatiana stands with her gun, ready to defend herself from the nameless intruder. She pegged with a fatal gunshot wound to the chest, her 8-year-old nephew looking on. Aaron Dean refused to cooperate with investigators and soon resigned from the force. He was later charged and convicted of manslaughter and was sentenced to 11 years, 10 months, and 12 days in prison. As insane as these cases are, you won't believe, and the suspect is smarter than the cops.